Hi, Caspar on the 11th of May 2022. Got an Italian dry white wine here. This is a 2020 wine and it's from Umbria, and we are really looking at a classic Umbrian grape variety. In fact, two grape varieties, of which perhaps more in a moment. So this is 2020 Grechetto, and the cuvee is called ColleOzio. And the producer is called Leonardo Bussoletti. 13% alcohol. What was I talking about? More than one grape variety? Well, in fact, it's got two clones of Grechetto. The two Grechetto clones are Grechetto di Orvieto. Many of you will have heard of Orvieto. It seems to have rather fallen from grace, and having been massively popular in the 90s. It's drunk much less often these days, but the other one is Grechetto di Todi. So let's have a look. This is not a cheap wine, I've got to say. It's not exactly a daily drinker. I mean, it's probably a little bit over 20 quid a bottle. But actually, and I've tasted this already. It's, you know, it's really something quite special. It's got positive pale gold colour about it. And it's got a dry nose. It's got a nose that reminds me a little bit of Suave, and then it's like a healthy haystack. Dried straw and herbs. And russet apples, but it's got a sort of almost mineral smell to it that's hard to put your finger on. It's subtle, it's elegant, it's not massively aromatic, but the aromas there are really quite grown up. And there's a thread of russet apple juice running through the nose, dabs of spice about it. But lovely density, all in that very subtle register. Wow. Well, a grown-up nose, really grown-up palate to it. It's a dry wine. It's got nice complexity already, and through it all runs this rather powdered, dusty, almost earthy minerality. It's got the right orchard fruit, very bright and yellow and pure. It is trying to break out from the structure, which is holding it firmly, and actually the structure wins out and powers through, tapers off into a sort of shard of sort of earthiness. Really a herbal character there again, but direct. It's got a lovely, relatively soft sort of apple acidity that brightens the whole thing up, and it's long and becomes juicier with time, but doesn't lose any of its concentration. And it's a really serious glass of wine, I've got to say. I mean, you know, for those of you who've drunk enough white Burgundy recently, have a glass of this, and it'll give as much pleasure, but I think in a very different voice. Yeah, it's complex already. It's almost sort of a corn cob and slightly toasty note about it. Yeah, it manages to have that ripe, summery, ne'er-do-well sort of attitude, whilst the structure reins everything in and says, actually, I'm deadly serious about what I'm up to. It's a really good glass of wine. I like that a lot. Crikey. And yeah, with what do you what do you eat with that? I think pretty plain food. I think try it with roast chicken and yeah, some vegetable dishes. I'm happy drinking it on its own. It's got the structure is there, but it's an elegant thing. You know, it's a lovely shape. It's not massively hefty in the mouth, but it's just got class written all over it. Actually, it's a lovely thing. There we are. That's been 2020 Grechetto. ColleOzio is the name of the cuvee from Leonardo Bussoletti. So thanks, Signor Bussoletti. It's a really lovely thing.